Hello everyone, today our topic is how to add WooCommerce order details in multiple sheets based on products. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive an order from WooCommerce, then automatically I'm going to capture that order details and I'm going to retrieve the product detail from that order. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this order detail and the product detail and I'm going to automatically add that in my particular sheet in my Google Sheet on the basis of my product. So for that, what I have to do is I have to build a simple connection between WooCommerce and Google Sheets. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I have to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use WooCommerce. In action application, I'm going to use Google Sheets. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can add WooCommerce order details in multiple sheets in Google Sheet based on my products. So suppose I'm getting a lot of orders from WooCommerce, and now what I want is I want to add all my order details in Google Sheets, but I want to differentiate my orders on the basis of my product. So in Google Sheets, I have created multiple sheets with the name of my product. Now what I want is that whenever I receive a new order, that automatically the details of that order should get added in that particular sheet of that product name. So suppose if I get an order for PHP course, then the details of that order should be added in PHP course sheet. So for doing all this automatically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, and with Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build a connection between WooCommerce and Google Sheet. Now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to receive a new order from WooCommerce, then automatically I'm going to capture the detail of that order and I'm going to search for the name of my product in that order, and I'm going to add the detail of that product in a particular sheet with the name of that product in Google Sheets. So I'm going to build this connection without any coding and programming skills, and I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So for that, I have to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then what you have to do is you have to just click on this sign up for free button, and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and it will take us to this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I have to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here this is the workflow section, and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here I want to create a new workflow. For that, I have to click here on this create workflow button, and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow. So I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to add WooCommerce order details in multiple sheets based on products. Now I'm going to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab, and in this tab you'll find all the folders that you have created in your Pabbly Connect account. And I'm going to use this particular folder of WooCommerce. So I'm going to select this and I have to click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first, and here my trigger application is going to be WooCommerce. So I'm going to select WooCommerce here, and now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab, and new order created will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to connect WooCommerce with Pabbly Connect. So for that, I have to use this webhook URL, and this webhook URL is going to work as a bridge between WooCommerce and Pabbly Connect. Now for connecting these two accounts, I have to follow all these instructions. And first I'm going to copy this webhook URL. I will go back to my WooCommerce account, and I have my WooCommerce plugin in my WordPress account. So I have selected WooCommerce here, and now I'm going to go to settings. And here in settings, I will go to advanced settings. And in advanced settings, I have this option of webhooks. So I'm going to open webhooks here. And here I'm going to add a new webhook. So I have to click here on this add webhook button. And now I have to give a name to my webhook. So my webhook name will be Google Sheets. Now I have to select my status. So I have to open this tab, and I'm going to select the status of active. Now I have to select my topic. So for the topic, I have to open this tab, and in this I'm going to select my topic as order created. So I'm going to select that, and now I have to give my delivery URL. So in the delivery URL, I'm going to give the webhook URL that I've copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste that here and I'm going to click on save webhook. And here I have updated my webhook successfully. Now we'll go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have received this webhook ID. So this means that I have successfully added my webhook with WooCommerce. Now what I need to do is I need to click on recapture webhook response. I have to click on yes. Now here it is waiting for webhook response. So how I'm going to get this webhook response? For that I have to create a new order by using my WooCommerce shop. So for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my WooCommerce shop. And here I have all these products. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an order for this particular product which is of Python course. So I'm going to add this to cart and here I'm going to proceed to checkout. So here I have to fill all the details with my customer detail. Now I have to give my first name. So my first name will be demo, last name will be user, and now I am going to give my street address. So my street address will be Old Street, my apartment will be A10 and my city will be Bhopal. Now I have to select my state and that is already selected, which is Madhya Pradesh. Now I'm going to give a pin code. So my pin code will be random and I'm going to give a random phone number of my customer and I'm going to give the email address of my customer. So my email will be demouser@pabblytudes.com and I'm going to click on place order. And here I have successfully created this order. So my order has been received and I have successfully created this order. Now we'll go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have received this response. So in this response I have all these details. So here I have my total which is of 1100 rupees. My status is processing. And here I have my product which is of Python course and my quantity is 1. Now here I have my shipping address. So the state is Madhya Pradesh. I have my zip code. I have the first name of my customer which is demo. Last name is user. Country is India. I have my city which is Bhopal. And this is my shipping address which is Old Street A10. And also I have my total amount of 1100 rupees. My subtotal is 1100. I have my product name which is Python course and my quantity is 1. So I have received all these details of my order and my customer detail. Now what I need to do is I need to use all these details and I want to add these details in a particular sheet with the name of my product which is of Python course. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my actions tab. So I have to open this tab and here I'm going to use a tool that is Router by Pabbly. Now here I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and conditionally run will be my action event. So I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect Router by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. And here I'm going to create different routes. And by creating routes, what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to receive a new order from WooCommerce, then automatically I'm going to capture the details of that order and I'm going to add those details in different sheets in my Google Sheet. And I'm going to create different routes for those different sheets. So here I'm going to create routes for my products that I want to use to add details in my Google Sheet. So first I'm going to create a route for my product which is for Python course. So I have to rename this. And I'm going to rename it as my product which is Python course. So I'm going to update this. And now I'm going to set filter and action steps. Now here what I have to do is I have to set up my filter. So by setting up a filter, what is going to happen is that I'm setting up a filter for my product and whenever I'm going to receive an order from that particular order, then automatically it is going to filter out. My status will be success and then the order details of that particular product will be added in a particular sheet that I have in my Google Sheet. So for setting up my filter, what I have to do is I have to first select my label, filter type and value. So for the label, I have to open this tab and in my response of WooCommerce, I have my product name which is in line items. So here this line item name is going to be my label. So I'm going to select this and my filter type is going to be equal to, and in the value I'm going to give the name of my product which is of Python course. So I have typed the name of my course here. Now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to receive a new order, then in the label of line item, if I have my course name which is of Python course, then automatically my filter will work and I'm going to get a response of success. And if I receive a status of success, then this filter will work and I'm going to add the detail of that order in a particular sheet of my Python course. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Save and Send as Request button. And here I have received the status which is of success. So this means that my condition is true and I have received this particular order for this particular course or the product which is Python course. Now what I need to do is I need to add these order details automatically in a particular sheet of my product which is of Python course. So for that I have to add an action tab here, and here my action application is going to be Google Sheets. So I'm going to select Google Sheets here And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and add new row will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So I will click here on connect and I will click on add new connection and I will sign in with Google. Now I have to click on allow to give access to my account. So I'm going to click here and my connection here is successful. Now what I need to do is I need to first select my spreadsheets. Now for selecting the spreadsheet, I have to take you to my Google Sheet account. And in this, I'm going to use this particular spreadsheet of WooCommerce orders 2024 and 25. So in the spreadsheet, I have all these columns and I have 3 sheets here: Python course, PHP course for beginners and Java course for beginners. So these are the sheets for my products that I'm going to receive order from WooCommerce. So I'm going to use these particular sheets and this spreadsheet. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And first I have to select my spreadsheet. So for the spreadsheet, I have to open this tab. And in this tab, you will find all the spreadsheets that are connected with your Google Sheet account. And I'm going to use this particular spreadsheet of WooCommerce orders 2024-25. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to select my sheet where I want to add these details. So I'm receiving details for the order of Python course. So I'm going to add that in this particular sheet of Python course. And for selecting your sheets, you have to open this tab and you will find all the sheets that are connected with your spreadsheet. So I'm using this Python course sheet. And now I have all these columns in my spreadsheet. So I have to fill all the details of the order in these tabs. So in this, I'm going to map the details that I have received from WooCommerce order and I'm going to use mapping. So what mapping is? Mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous tabs and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I have to click here. I will open this response of WooCommerce and first I have to map the customer name. So I'm going to search for the name. So this is the first name of my customer. So I'm going to map this. I will give a space and I'm going to map the last name. Similarly, I have to give the phone number. So I have to click here. I will open this response of WooCommerce and I'm going to search for the phone number. So this is the billing phone of my customer. So I'm going to map this. Now similarly, I'm going to map email. So this is my email. Now I have to map the address. So I have to click here. I will open the response of WooCommerce and I'm going to search for the address. So this is my address, which is 810. And I'm going to give a comma and this is my street address, which is Old Street. So I'm going to map this. Now I'm going to map the city. So my city will be Bhopal. So I'm going to map that. And now I have to map the state. So I have to click here. I will open this response and I'm going to search for the state. So my state is MP. So I'm going to map that. Now I have to give the quantity. So I have to click here. I will open the response of WooCommerce and I'm going to search for the quantity. So my line item quantity is 1. So I'm going to map that. And similarly, I'm going to map the base price, which will be my amount. So my base price is of 1100 rupees. And similarly, I'm going to map the total amount. So this is my total amount. Now I have mapped all the required details. Now what I need to do is I need to click on Save and Send as Request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response and this means that I have added all the details of my WooCommerce order that I have received for Python course in a particular sheet in my spreadsheet, which is of Python course. Now to check this, let me take you to my Google Sheet. And in this, I'm going to go to my sheet of Python course. And here we can see that I have added this new row automatically in this particular sheet of Python course. So here the customer name is demo user. I have this random phone number. I have the email address, which is demouser@pabblytudes.com. I have the street, which is 810 Old Street. City is Bhopal, state is Madhya Pradesh. I have the quantity 1, I have amount 1100 and the total amount, which is of 1100 rupees. So I have received all these details from my WooCommerce order and I have added these details automatically in my Google Sheet on the basis of my product in a particular sheet. Now what I need to do is I need to go back to Pabbly Connect and here I have created this route for a particular sheet of Python course only, which is my first product. Now what I need to do is I need to close this. And I'm going to clone this route. So I'm going to clone this and I'm going to clone it one more time. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this access route and I'm going to rename these two routes. So first I'm going to rename it as my second product, which is of PHP course. So this is my second product name, which is PHP course for beginners 8 week, and I'm going to update this. Similarly, I'm going to rename this third route. I'm going to clear this and I'm going to rename it as Java course for beginners. So this is my third route. Now I have to update this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set filter and actions tabs in these two tabs. Now for that, what I have to do is I have to click here on this set filter and actions tabs. And here I have to open this filter tab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this value of my filter. And in this, I'm going to map the name of my second product, which is of PHP course for beginners. So I'm going to map that. And now what is going to happen is that whenever in my order, I'm going to receive an order for my PHP course for beginners, then automatically this filter will work and I'm going to get a status of success. And after that, this action will work. So first I'm going to click on save. And now I have to set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab. Now here what I need to do is that whenever I'm going to receive an order for the PHP course, then I want to add the details of that order in my sheet of PHP course. So I have to select my sheet here. So I have to open this tab, and in this is going to be my sheet. So I have to select this and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on save. And here what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to receive an order for PHP course, then automatically all the details of that order will be added in my sheet of PHP course for beginners. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to follow the same step for this particular route of Java course for beginners. So I'm going to set filter here and I'm going to open this tab of filter and I'm going to clear this value and I'm going to give the value of my third product. So this is going to be my value. Now I have to set up my actions tab. So I have to click here on the save button first and I'm going to open the response of action, and here I'm going to select my sheet. So I have to open this tab and here my sheet is going to be of Java course for beginners. So similarly, whenever I'm going to receive an order for Java course for beginner, then automatically all the order details will be added in this particular sheet of Java course for beginners. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on save. Now I'm going to close this, and here I have set up my routes and I have set up all the filters and actions tab here. Now to check this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new order. So for that, let me take you to my WooCommerce shop, and here in my shop, I'm going to create a new order. Now here I'm going to make an order. So I'm going to make an order of Java course for beginners. I have to add this to cart. So I have added this to cart. Now I'm going to proceed to checkout. So here I have to fill my customer details. So my first name is going to be test. Last name will be user. Now I'm going to give my street address. So my street address will be new street. I have to give my apartment or any other address. So my apartment will be of B93 and my city will be of Indore. My state is already selected, which is of Madhya Pradesh. I'm going to give a pin code and a random phone number for my customer. Now I'm going to give an email address. So my email will be testuser@pabblytuts.com and I'm going to place this order. And here I have placed this order. Now I have created this order for this course of Java course for beginners. Now what should happen is that automatically the details of this particular order should be added in a particular sheet of Java course in my Google Sheet. Now to check this, let me take you to my Google Sheet, and in this I'm going to go to the sheets of Java course. So I'm going to go there, and here we can see I have added this new row automatically in my sheet of Java course. So here my customer name is test user, phone number is this, I have the email which is testuser@pabblytuts.com, I have this address which is B93 New Street, I have the city which is Indore, state is Madhya Pradesh, I have the quantity of my product which is of 1, amount is of 850 rupees, and I have the total amount of 850 rupees. So here we can see that these were the details that I have used to create an order in WooCommerce for my Java course, and I have automatically added all those details of my Java course in this sheet of Java course in my Google Sheet. So here we can see that my connection between WooCommerce and Google Sheet is working successfully, and whenever I'm going to receive a new order from WooCommerce for a particular product, then automatically I'm going to capture those details of my order and I'm going to add those details in a particular sheets in my Google Sheet. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and here we have created this connection between WooCommerce and Google Sheet, and we have created this automation in such a way that whenever we are going to receive an order from WooCommerce, then automatically we are going to add those order details in multiple sheets based on my products. Now let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was WooCommerce, and my trigger event was new order created, and then I have set up my actions tab, and in this I have used router by Pabbly, and by using router by Pabbly I have created 3 different routes for my products, and I have automatically added all my order details in multiple sheets in Google Sheet based on my products. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there, and thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.